A few weeks ago, a friend of mine got a bad burn on his hand. The doctor treated him carefully and gave him a lot of medicine, including several antibiotics. I asked the doctor why so many antibiotics were prescribed. The doctor said,
Burn patients can get a lot of infections, including fungal, bacterial, and viral infections, because the skin is our first line of defense against these pathogens.
That day I truly understood the role of our skin, and I decided to make this video. Our skin isn't just a cover, it's our body's ultimate protector, communicator, and regulator. Understanding its structure will help us appreciate the incredible role skin plays in our daily lives. Our skin is made up of 3 main layers, each with unique properties and functions. These layers work together to provide protection and support. The outermost layer of the skin is the epidermis. It is thin, yet tough, and serves as the first line of defense against environmental hazards such as bacteria, viruses, and harmful chemicals. Let's take a closer look at the epidermis. This layer is primarily composed of different types of cells in 5 different sublayers to perform different functions. The top layer is known as the stratum corneum. Beneath this is the stratum lucidum. Both these layers are made up of dead, flattened cells, which are filled with keratin, a protein that provides strength. So these layers form a tough barrier. However, it is important to note that the stratum lucidum is found only in thick skin, such as the palms and soles of the feet. This layer provides additional protection. Next is the stratum granulosum. This layer is made up of cells known as the lamellar granules. These cells secrete lipids and proteins into the intercellular spaces, preventing water from moving out of the skin. Then comes stratum spinosum. This layer is made up of cells known as the keratinocytes. These cells produce keratin, the strengthening protein, which provides structural integrity. These cells also produce pre-vitamin D3, which in a long process becomes vitamin D. This layer also contains the Langerhans cells, which help in the immune response by detecting pathogens. At the bottom is the stratum basal. This layer contains cells known as the basal cells. These cells produce new skin cells. This layer also contains the melanocytes, which produce melanin, the pigment responsible for skin color and protection from ultraviolet rays. This layer also contains the Merkel cells, which are connected to the sensory neurons. These cells are responsible for the sensation of touch. Beneath the epidermis, there is a thick layer, known as dermis. Let's take a closer look at the dermis. It provides strength, elasticity, and houses important structures. This layer mainly contains the fibroblasts, collagen fibers, and elastin fibers. Collagen and elastin fibers give flexibility and strength to the skin, while fibroblasts are the cells that produce these fibers. Between these cells and fibers is a gel-like fluid, known as the ground substance. This layer also contains blood vessels that supply oxygen and nutrients. Nerve endings, which sense the sensations such as touch, pain, and temperature. Sebaceous glands, which produce sebum to keep the skin moist. Hair follicles, which produce and support hair. Sweat glands, which produce sweat. When sweat evaporates, it cools our bodies. Sweat also contains waste products such as salts, urea, and toxins. This makes our skin a detoxifier. Beneath the dermis, there is a layer called the hypodermis. It consists mainly of fat cells called adipocytes, which store energy, as well as provide insulation and cushioning against physical shocks. In this way, our skin is a highly functional organ and plays an essential role in survival. So taking care of our skin, by hydrating, nourishing, and protecting it, isn't just about beauty, it's about health and wellness.